Hello, I am Subhajit and I created a Alexa skill called Food Additive, and I am submitting it for Alexa skill challenge, and I want to show a demo. This is the skill. So we'll start with open food and so this is conversation mode. So we'll open the skill and now we can.
Hello. You can ask me about the name, code, type, or approval of any food additive. Say help, to know more, or done. Got it when you are done talking to me.
So now you can ask a question one after the other, and that is conversation mode. So what is food additive? A food additive is something which is listed in packaged foods in ingredients. If you see the ingredients, some of the ingredients like preservatives or food coloring can be a food additive. They will be listed as numbers. So for those numbers, like it will be either I.N.S 150D. Like if you see a packet of Kellogg's Chocos, there is a food additive color which is called I.N.S 150D, and there is an antioxidant which is called I.N.S 320. So you can ask then about the name. You know the number I.N.S 150D, so you can ask what is the name of I.N.S 150D. Similarly, if you know the name, you can ask for the code. You can ask for the type, if it is a food color, if it is antioxidant, or something else, or some anything. Or you can ask for approval. If it is approved in European Union, or it is approved in United States, or it is in Australia, in New Zealand. So those four things you can ask to this skill, and then you can best is you can ask for help. So it will give you detailed help.
Food additives are used to preserve flavor or enhance taste and appearance. Look at ingredients on the packaging and you can find things like E202 or 102 mentioned. These are called the E number or I.N.S code of the additive. You can ask me about the name, code, type, or approval of any such additive. You can ask like, what is I.N.S 203? What is the E number of potassium sorbate? Tell me the name of I.N.S 160.3. Give me the type of E100. I want to know about approval of I.N.S 203. Say done. Got it when you are done talking to me. Something else?
Whenever it will give a message, like help message, or if you ask a question, it will give some answer, and then it will ask a question something else or something. So it will keep the mic open, so it will tell that the mic is open. It is trying to tell that the mic is open, so it is expecting some answer from the user. So if you want to exit the skill, you can say done, got it. So what is food additive, and so the description and where it is written on the packaging, and you can find things like E202, which is Europe number 202, and I.N.S. So it is written 102. It can be written I.N.S 102, or it can be written just 102. And those are the two types of food additive codes. So it is written here, it's E number code or I.N.S code of the additive. So you can ask for name, code, type, approval of any such additive. So here then it will tell, it is giving sample questions what you can ask. So what is I.N.S 203? It will give the name, code, type, and approval. All. So if you just specifically ask what is the E number of potassium sorbate, it will give just the E number of potassium sorbate. And like tell me the name of I.N.S. 160.3. Here 160.3 means 16 I.N.S. 160 Roman numerals 3. So it will give the name of I.N.S. 163. So let's just see what is E202. What is E202?
European Union accept use of potassium sorbate, assigned D202. It works as a preservative. What else do you want to know?
So you can so E202 is, so it's telling European Union has approved the use of potassium sorbate. So it is potassium sorbate, and it works as a preservative. So it is giving the name, which is potassium sorbate, the code, the approval, and the type, which is preservative. So you can ask like this: what is E202? You can give a dot here.
European Union accept use of potassium sorbate, assigned I.N.S. 202 or E202. It works as a preservative. Something else?
Since when you're speaking in voice, the actual text that is generated from speech is actually number, not in digits but in text. So this is how it will work. So if you say what is E202, it will be like what is E202 in text. So the skill will understand.
I.N.S. 202 or E202, or potassium sorbate, is a type of preservative. It passes compliance of European Union. What else?
So you can see this the E202 is also I.N.S. 202. So you can ask what is I.N.S. 202. So you should get the same result.
I.N.S. 202 or E202, or potassium sorbate, is a type of preservative. It passes compliance of European Union.
And you can ask
what's next?
Just for the name of E202.
I.N.S. 202 or E202 is known as potassium sorbate. Something else?
You can also ask just the type of E202.
Potassium sorbate, assigned I.N.S. 202 or E202, works as a preservative. Anything else?
Okay. Then, and you can ask for I.N.S. 102 also. So, or you don't even need to tell whether it's 102. So, because by default it is considered as I.N.S. So you can ask what is I.N.S. 100.2. So that is I.N.S. 102.
Australia, New Zealand, European Union, and United States have consented to the use of turmeric, aka I.N.S. 102, or E100. It is used as a color, yellow and orange. What's next?
Let's see how.
Food additives are used to preserve flavor or enhance taste and appearance. Look at ingredients on the packaging and you can find things like E202 or 102 mentioned. These are called the E number or I.N.S. code of the additive. You can ask me about the name, code, type, or approval of any such additive. You can ask like, what is I.N.S. 203? What is the E number of potassium sorbate? Tell me the name of I.N.S. 160.3. Give me the type of E100. I want to know about approval of I.N.S. 203. Say done. Got it when you are done talking to me.
So you can also ask for the E
What
number
else?
of potassium sorbate. Like, what is E number of? So it will just give the E number.
Potassium sorbate is coded as E2O2. What else do you want to know?
You can also, instead of just what is, you can also tell me the name of I.N.S. 160.3.
E160 is known as beta-apo-8 carotenoid, C30. Knowledge is power. Ask me more.
You can also ask just about the approval. So just I want to know about approval of I.N.S. or you can write I.N.S. 203.
I.N.S. 203 or E2O3, called as calcium sorbate, is approved by European Union. Anything else?
So you can say bye. So if all questions are done, you can say bye.
Tada.
Now you can also call the application in another way. Like instead of conversation, you can indirectly call the skill. So just single interaction. With single interaction, you can just ask a single question and then the skill will exit after giving the answer. So you can ask food additive what is in chocos. What is in chocos? I.N.S. 150D.
Australia, New Zealand, and European Union accept use of caramel 4, sulfide ammonia caramel, assigned I.N.S. 150D or E150D. It works as a color, brown and black.
That is the color. Now you can search for the antioxidant. What else? Ask food. Because the skill has exited, you again need to ask food additive what or to tell me about I.N.S. 320.
I.N.S. 320 or E320, or butylated hydroxynosole, BHA, is a type of antioxidant, fat-soluble. It passes compliance of Australia, New Zealand, European Union, and United States.
So as you can see, because it is a single interaction, it will just give the answer. It will not tell something else, because now it is back to Alexa. So you can just, so it has exited from the scale. So these are the two ways you can ask. That's it. And okay. Okay.